What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back again for episode number 8 on the Living Your Legacy podcast. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the beautiful new room right here at Round 1, brought to you by Stage Productions. Again, this is our newest venue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got one of my homies in the building. I could call him a mentor when I first met him, a legend in the game of what he's been doing. Man, I got to tell you, I'm so glad that I brought my brother on. Man, I want to introduce y'all to my brother, Stevo, in the building. Stevo, what's going on, man?
What's good, man?
Now, I'm gonna call you Stevo right now because you know that's what I call you. We'll get into the names, we'll get into everything like that.
All right.
So welcome out, man. I'm glad you were able to come on this episode with me, and I know it's been a long time coming. We ain't chopped it up in a minute, so appreciate you, my brother.
Might as well do it on camera.
Hey, man, we might as well. It's in the industry, so much in the culture, and I just wanted to kind of get my audience and the viewing and the viewers at home kind of like an insight on what you bring, what you've done, kind of let them know your story. And that's why I said, some of you might know him if you're watching, IMX Stevo, Blackcard Stevo, Northside Stevo. So you know what I mean? So again, welcome out, man.
Man, appreciate you.
So what's up, man? How you been?
Man, I'm blessed. I can't complain at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't complain at all. I'm life is life and I'm living it.
There you go. Hey, I just want to say happy belated birthday too. I know you just celebrated a birthday.
Yeah.
More blessings in that.
4 days ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Also, I've been keeping it up. I seen recently this year you became a father.
Yeah,
man. That's a big blessing, man. Welcome to the club.
My first one, a little addition to the family. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing.
Yeah, man. So like I said, I kind of wanted to touch on. I seen you posted the other day on your story how you wanted to give a little bit more, like you said, of what you do, your background, because one thing that I've known you for, and one thing that I've always, respected you for, is the in the mix out the way.
Yeah.
Brand.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to kind of touch on that, and maybe that's a reason why you haven't been able to say bring what you bring to the table or explain to the people what you actually do. So kind of touch on the in the mix and out the way.
Well, in the mix and out the way started as just as like a catchphrase, you know what I'm saying? And being in the studio and stuff like that, people would always say, man, you be in the mix, you be everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And I always be like, shit, but I be out the way, you know what I'm saying? So in the mix and out the way became like my slogan, you know what I'm saying? And past my slogan is actually like words to live by. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a little wisdom in that phrase, in the mix and out the way,
Well, I've always seen that, the quotes that you say, things like the in the mix and out the way. I mean, I really feel like, that's, like you said, that's what you live by. Those are the words that you live by. Also, the loyalty and respect thing. Mm. And one of the things that I always see is that, you're a man of your word and all you have is your word. Mm. Now, how in the industry that you are in and that you've been in for so many years, how important is it? And how far has it gotten you because of the way that you are?
I think it means everything. And as far as how far it's gotten me here. It's gotten me still being able to be in the industry. You know what I mean? Past the industry and also in the industry, your word is all you have. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I'm the type of person, if I give you my word, I have to keep it. You know what I mean? Because if I don't keep it, then I'm gonna feel like I violated myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't keep it real with anybody else unless you're able to keep it real with yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna do something, then you shouldn't put it out there like you are gonna do it. You know what I mean? That's why we have brains, so we could think before we speak. You know what I mean? So if we think before we agree to something, then it has to be a act of God that stops that.
Yeah. No, I feel that, man. And also, as far as like, I've been following you. I'm just going into this. We'll get back to some other questions, but I wanted to really jump into this because I feel like it's important. And what I've been seeing and what I've been following is, you also have a team, right? It's not just an all individual thing. I believe that you still have to have a team behind you in order to kind of be where you're at or keep succeeding and keep on going on.
Yeah, I think a team is important. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily call the people around me my team, but it's more of a support system. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? That's reciprocated. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like if I have something going on, then okay, cool. If everybody available, then this is what we doing. If I'm available for somebody else, then this is what we doing. You know what I mean? Like being able to support people when they're doing things is very important. You know what I mean? Because if they're always supporting you and you never support them, at some point, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be some type of tension there. You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying? So you got to be able to, as I always say, you got to be able to do what you ask of others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's real, man. So basically, entrepreneur, Grammy nominated
Yeah.
engineer.
Yeah, I was Grammy nominated in 2013. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
it meant a little more. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And I wanna touch on that too. Right after this, I mean, there's so many things that you tapped into, man. You're also, you said, a road manager, tour
Yeah,
manager.
yeah. I do some road management, tour management. You know what I'm saying? I find a lot of joy in that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because
I could tell, man. I could
I
definitely
get to
tell.
travel, I get to see different places, I get to see the world, and I get to still be connected to the music. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And that's what's most important to me is being connected to the music and the entertainment business. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where my heart's been all of these years. You know what I mean?
and that's what I wanted to ask too, because I mean, even when we met, I don't think I really, got the story on, how you came up in the industry. How did you get into this? Kind of just touch a little bit on. Let's take it back. Let's take it back to the beginning. Kind of just break it down. I mean, I know you're a music lover. I know you're a student of the art,
Yeah.
and you continue to be. I mean, so just kind of like touch on that.
I'm definitely a student in the game, and I got into music school per se. You know, when I was super young. My mom always listened to music in the house. You know what I'm saying? My dad is from New York, right? So my
I
dad,
didn't know that.
yeah,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
dad is 10 years younger than my mom. So my mom would always listen into like Earth, Wind and Fire, the OJ, stuff like that, the
yeah,
kind of more soulful R&B. But when I spend time with my dad, now I'm listening to rap. I'm listening to Nas. I'm listening to Beanie Man. I'm listening to like a whole different culture. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So that's kind of where the love came from. Even my grandma, my dad's mom, she was a pianist. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it's in my family, and that's really all I know as far as what I've been consistent with. You know what I'm saying? I started off creating music as far as writing songs and stuff like that at a young age. I call myself being in a singing group when I was younger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before I hit puberty. And I blame my voice on puberty. I tell people I used to could sing before I hit puberty, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And now you would have been the bass in the group.
Yeah, but now I think pretty much singing is over with. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I started after my singing. I started rapping. You know what I mean? And I found a lot of joy in expressing myself through rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was rapping at a time kind of when lyrics still meant something, when the independent grind still meant something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm talking about still 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? The first, I had to, me and my partner DJ Ghost, this is fast forward a little bit to,
Yeah.
to high school. You know what I'm saying? Me and DJ Ghost, we went to Nimitz. And Ghost had a studio at his house. This is when the inbox was out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So Ghost had a studio at his house, and I was already working at a studio called Mad Studios in Acres Home with Corey Moe and Mike Moe. I was Mike Moe's assistant. You know what I'm saying? So that's really how I came into the real game in high school. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
everybody else in the school and that was messing with music, when they said they go into the studio and stuff, they wasn't talking about a real studio.
Yeah.
They wasn't talking about nowhere that had quality. You know what I mean? But everybody knew that, okay, if you go hit Stevo, if you hit Ghost, they could really make it happen. It's gonna be real quality. You know what I mean? So I was blessed to find a studio home very young. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that studio is where I made a lot of my relationships. You know what I'm saying?
And you're saying this is high school still?
Yeah, this is still high school.
Yeah.
This is still high school. This is about 11th grade, I would say, about 11th grade. You know what I mean? We used to make mixtapes. So there was, at our school, there was different rap groups. You know what I'm saying? One was called Major League. That was a major one. One was called the Ass Actors, and one was called the Brave Hearts. These was all like cliques.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody had rappers in their cliques. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the morning time, in like I forgot what you called it at Nimitz, in the like lobby area.
Yeah.
Everybody
like
would
the court,
in the
courtyard area. Yeah.
In the courtyard, everybody would rap battle in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody said something too disrespectful, somebody lost the battle, something like that, after school we fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Meeting
saying?
somewhere, yeah, that meeting.
On the bus ramp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how it was. You know what I mean? And those were really good times. You know what I mean? And that's where everything came from. So we started making mixtapes, and when we made those mixtapes, we would go on Fridays. We would go either the Greenspoint Mall or Sharpstown Mall on a Saturday and sell the CDs. You know what I'm saying? Hard copies of CDs with a Walkman CD player we would walk around with, and we would be like, hey man, you know, do you support independent music? And they'd be like, yeah, I do. Man, let me let you hear this. Put it on their ears, and they'd be like, okay, cool. Man, I'm selling this, you know, $5. You know what I'm saying? $7, however much money we can get. And then on the artwork, we had our phone number as the barcode. So we used to tell people like, hey, that's our number.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, call us, and we'll bring you the money back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But luckily, you know, nobody ever called. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good sign, man. But we used to sell CDs 45 North and Rankin by the Shipleys, you know what I'm saying? Across the street, you know what I'm saying? At the Shell. We sold CDs everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the real grind, is trying to make sure we have volume of our CDs, and even if we took 25 CDs to the mall, once we sell out, shoot, we good. You know what I'm saying? That was just part of the hustle.
I mean, I think that's why, you know, when I talk to a lot of people, I mean, that era of just being a fan to just go pop up wherever somebody was selling CDs, or it was something that you weren't hearing on the radio at the time. I mean, I used to go find a lot of things like at flea markets.
Yep, flea markets used to be a thing.
Yeah.
I remember Mike Jones used to sell his tapes out the trunk like that.
Yeah,
you know
I remember when everybody back then used to kind of do like the I think sometimes they do it at Sound Waves, sometimes they do it at different places, the pop-ups, the CD signings and everything.
Yeah.
And man, like even people would line up for those, but I've seen a lot of like independent artists back then too. And I was maybe like 11, 12, you know, I mean, in my younger teens, and those lines in the parking lot would just be like
crazy,
crazy, bro. Like somebody selling CDs out of a trunk. Like you said, those were the times that, you know, some people might not appreciate, but now that we look back on it, the times of the real grind and
that was the real grind. I got a cool little story about Pimp C. When Pimp C got out and he dropped Pimpalation, right? He did a pop-up at Sound Waves, you know what I'm saying? And Pimp we did our Pimp stuff at the studio, you know what I'm saying? Mike Mo was his real cool partner. So, you know, I used to go everywhere with Mike Mo, and he was like, man, I got to go over here with Pimp. He about to do a CD signing for the album release, you know what I'm saying? So we meet in the behind Sound Waves, because Pimp is supposed to walk through the back and then show up in the inside. You know what I mean? And Pimp was like, man, it's dirty back here. You know what I'm saying? and Pimp ended up going through the front door, like walking with the people through the front door, past the line to get to the table, because he ain't want to walk through
the back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's crazy, man. A lot of people don't remember Sound Waves. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it was I mean, shit. That's where I would go sometimes to get some of the records that were like out, that were like hot, like
Yeah,
CDs, like
yeah,
how CDs were popping in Best
yeah.
Buy, shit, records and everything used to be popping. In,
Everybody
like,
couldn't make it in Best Buy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so like the sound waves will have everything, and then they have all. I just remember it, bro. Like especially right there, they had the sound waves right there on Cross Timbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be at Soundwaves. I used to mainly be at Music Depot, Greenspoint Mall.
Yeah.
Music Depot with I think his name was Big O. You know what I'm saying? And then FYE. They had For Your Entertainment. They had that store up there too. They sold CDs. You know what I'm saying?
I remember, man, right there on Little York too. Who was it? There was just one record, like recording area, but it was like a Latino group, but they were rappers. I forgot what it was. It was on Little York across the flea market. But we always used to go over there too to get like mixtapes from like
in the flea market, or
it was in the flea market, but it was across too. Damn,
Okay.
I forgot what it was called, bro.
I remember Lakewood had his studio in the flea market. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man, bro, like I think about it on those times, and it's just like that was like good times to go find music or try to just find something that wasn't just available to you, like in the palm of your hand.
Yeah,
I feel like it's something different, and I feel like you could appreciate that too. Like
Man, I'm a credit reader. I used to love going to the store and opening up an album and reading the credits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
who was involved, like
Who was involved, everything. Before I met Mike Dean, I didn't know Mike Dean was white. I used to always see his name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't never know he was white. It messed me up, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's another thing too. I feel like there's so much that goes into either an album,
Yeah.
a song. There's just so much, and that's real because a lot of people feel that way too. It's just like you want to know who's involved, like and that's why sometimes when people get like awards and things like that, they're like, "Oh shit, we didn't even know you were involved in that track, or you did that track. You were with that artist." Like, so I feel like it's important if you really love the music and you love the art of everything that goes into building something. Then yeah, you should be a credit a credit lover or something.
Yeah, nah, definitely, man. It's good to eat the food, but it's also good to know what's in the food.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So going back to your story. So you're already established in the studio, home studio. Was there anything that was going on at that time in that studio that kind of made you kick it into gear? Like, all right, cool. I'm here now. Let me start taking it either serious or let me start making the next move. What was that?
Well, when I got to Mad Studios, I didn't really understand that engineering was a career choice, that you could actually do that for a living. You know what I'm saying? So it was all eye opening. You know what I mean? Because at that time we're doing like pretty much everything off of Rap-A-Lot. You know what I'm saying? I recorded the UTP album, you know what I'm saying? Wacko and Skip.
Yeah.
I did all of that. It's like it's so many things that were done during that time that made me sit back and be like, oh, this could be something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I don't think back then anybody thought that any of that could be a career choice or a career move.
nah. I for sure didn't. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna have to go to school for something, totally non-related. You know what I'm saying? So
no, yeah. So keep on going.
Shit, I forgot what I was saying.
No, basically, like being an engineer, starting that, and
no.
So what was the next move? Like now that you were already in a home-based studio, a quality studio from the jump.
Well, so the home-based studio was really so. There's 3 different parts. I had a studio at my house with my own equipment.
Okay.
Ghost had studio at his house with his own equipment. And then I had Mad Studios, which was in a house, but it was a professional studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was super young with access to a professional studio. You know what I mean? And I think that's what, like I said, I think that's what changed the game when I got around those artists that were coming through there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And the relationships that I was able to build. You know what I mean? And a lot of them I still have today. You know what I mean? I don't, I really don't burn no bridges. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you knew me at one point in life, we still good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nah, and that's something that I could definitely look and appreciate because I mean, that could take you. That's a lesson that anybody should have, as far as like not burning bridges. I mean, I think I talked to you even before about like keeping a good relationship,
Yeah.
even in what I do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's just something that is a staple that you should live by. Also, I mean, because look at where you're at, pretty much.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I feel like there's just so many people that come and go in any industry, and especially in the music industry. People come and go, and for you to have the longevity and still keep on going and still to continue building more relationships. And now there's people coming to you like, you know, me, like, even though we don't talk or anything like that, I'm still following you. I still look at the things that you're doing.
But you know, we locked in, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know I used to DJ, man, and we had this thing called the iMix DJs. You know what I'm saying? So I had a whole DJ era. You know what I'm saying? Damn near had a whole DJ crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, so to be honest, we'll get into that right now then. So to be honest, when I didn't, to be honest, bro, I didn't even know who you were at first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to C-Rob, because C-Rob brought me around y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I remember when C-Rob brought me first, and I was just kind of like in the area, just kind of like, that was my first time in a studio like that. And I think I was like maybe like 21, barely 21.
Yeah.
Barely 21, 22. Shit, I'm 33, bro. Goddamn, that was a minute ago. But I remember just being there, and then I met you, I met Bruce, I met Track.
Yeah.
So just being in that area, and that was at the time whenever I had the homies, the gurus that wanted to do music anyway. But that was so dope to like for C-Rob to like kind of introduce me to y'all. And shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I first met you, you look fucking scary. Like, I was like, oh shit, hold up, man. Like,
I try to clean my image up a little bit.
I was like, man, you know. And then, bro, you just like when we just. I think you have that natural thing about like when somebody gets into like the art or the music or the DJing, like you already saw me, I was DJing.
Yeah.
I wasn't even DJing the way that I am now. I was just somebody basic, bro.
You whole different level now.
Yeah,
if you was DJing like then, how you DJ now, shit.
Oh yeah,
ain't no telling, ain't no what.
Yeah, man. But like I said, I mean, going back to what you said, doing what I was doing back then and like being where I'm at now, it was because I didn't burn no bridges with certain people. Hey, look, what you got going on? I don't give a fuck. And bro, ever since, I'm telling you, because you were saying the in the mix out the way thing way back. It's like, man, dude, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Like it might just be like self-explanatory, but it's just like, yo, like don't be all up over here. I've never been that type to like want to just be involved in something and be in the front. And that's what kind of like keeps.
Yeah, it's really it really is for the people behind the scenes. It's really that slogan really fits the people behind the scenes that kind of make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Quietly. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like it's a cliche too of like people might say like, oh, this is the backbone or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I mean, so when I met you, we were over there in the studio over there at iMix, and then you hit me with the, Paul too. Like,
DJ Paul. Shout out DJ Paul, man.
My brother, I always shout him out, dog. That motherfucker was the one who got me started.
Man, DJ Paul, one of the coldest.
I know y'all got stories.
He one of the coldest. When me and Ghost used to do the mixtapes later on after high school, when we first got with Bruce, we kept doing the mixtapes, and DJ Paul was the DJ that did the mixtapes. He did every one of our mixtapes except for one. The one that he didn't do, DJ Shawnee did.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, Paul showed me some of the videos like way back. Like, I think he said they're still on YouTube. I remember when he looked them up.
Man, listen, I love Paul, man. One time it was, I don't know what happened. It was late at night. I was off Cross Timber somewhere. Caught a flat. And Paul happened to call me or something, and I was like, man, I just caught a flat. I'm trying to deal with this real quick. He's like, where you at? And he pulled up on me. You know what I'm saying? I forever got love for Paul.
Man, and you know what? I don't care what nobody says about you, Paul. No, but I always show him love, and I always give him the credit for being the one to bring me into this DJ life, bro. Because I used to go to his store right there, 45 or Gulf Bank. Yeah. And I used to go to his store, and he was the one who took me under his wing at that time. So shout out to Paul, DJ Paul, man. I always gotta bring that up because that just kind of shows the person that he is behind who he is. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, man. In life, no matter what we do, man, we gotta, no matter what facade or whatever mask we got on in the public or whatever. We got to be good people behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather do business and be surrounded by people that I know are good than the people that are just a facade or it just looks good. You know what I mean?
Like, why am I in a room or a conversation when it's just, it doesn't mean anything?
Right. Exactly.
Like, and that's one thing that I'm not saying because I'm getting older that I know this, but it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go and do something when it's not benefiting anything that's going to continue like a future, or do I have any kind of future in this?
Right.
You know, or at least like a bland conversation. Like,
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, I guess it's the older that I get, or the more mature that we grow.
I think it's maturity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think overall, just in life, you have to say things and do things that line up to where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The minute you start saying things and doing things that are in the opposite direction of where you're trying to go in life, you're putting a hindrance on that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and that could nowadays that can kind of ruin you.
Yeah. Especially with social media. Back in the day, we used to make mistakes and not nobody hear about it. You know
wake
what
up
I'm
the next day,
try again and get it right.
Now it's another day to make it right, but nowadays, it's not.
Now
like
you
that.
mess up, man. You go viral for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Now we can get into this because let's go back to what you were saying about I feel like the golden days, the golden era, the art for the music and everything.
When was that?
When what you were just saying, the hustle days.
Okay.
With the music.
Oh.
So like nowadays, right?
405-ish? 06?
I would say.
Okay.
I mean, when, like you said, when kind of music was meaning something still, and around the time that Houston was kind of like getting that sound going, whenever it was going like that, how important is it to put that into music now?
Put what exactly?
The love and because now you could just put out a song and it'd be right there in front of you. I think I seen another interview that you did where you said that now it could be at the palm of your hands, or like you feel like it's pushed out quicker.
Yeah, too fast, man. But
so what I wanted to get your perspective and point of view on is, how important is it, and does it matter now to even put effort or love or feel?
It matters 100%. It matters 100%. If to do music, you need to love music, because the music is an art form. Music is about expression. Music is about release. You know what I'm saying? So music has to be about those things before it's about trying to make money. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. I feel like if you're going to make music, you should love what you're doing. And you should make music when you're in a place to do it properly. You know what I mean? Because everybody has feelings and emotions. You know what I mean? So if I'm doing a song that's a sad song, or if I'm doing a song that has a topic that I know, man, I know my homies over here gonna relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I got to take the time to actually write these words that make sense. I got to figure out how I'm gonna deliver this to make sure my homies over there understand that it's real. You know what I'm saying? And I know what they going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can relate to them. You know what I mean? I think the relatability is a problem nowadays, because most artists don't really know how to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As far as deliver their words. You know what I mean? So I think delivery is a big part of music besides the words.
Yeah.
Some people got great words, but the delivery is bad. You know what I mean?
They might not get it out right, or it might not come across the right way in a song.
You got to sound believable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and
that's what I was saying, not to cut you off, but that's what I was saying by a golden era of music, because from a DJ's perspective, right? Even as when I used to listen to music back then, on almost every song almost every song back then, right? Like when I was growing up, like before, I would say, yeah, like you said, from 2005 to maybe 2012, you would listen to a whole song.
Yeah.
You could listen to a whole song and it'd be good. You could play a whole song. And now it's like, this is from a DJ's perspective, a lot of the newer music is like a quick grab.
Yeah.
Like there's, I can't even let a whole song play.
Yeah, but I think
And even when you're listening to it too in a car or something, it's just like, all right, I like that part, and then it.
But you know what it is? I think artists and labels started making music for the club and the DJ only.
Yeah.
You know, so as a DJ, you know, okay, if I'm spinning this song in the club, I might get the hook in, I might get one verse in, might get another hook, and that's it. So, now all of a sudden the songs are getting shorter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they tried to be like, let us pick out the important part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just give y'all the important parts. But when you do that, you kind of, it's like I said, it's hard to express yourself in such a short amount of time. You know what I'm saying? I think you could have listened to albums all the way up to about 2014. After about 2014, listening to full albums, I think most people stopped doing it. You know what I mean? I like 3-verse songs. You know what I'm saying? I don't like 2-verse songs. I like R&B songs with bridges and outros and stuff like that. But that just comes from being musical, and I don't think a lot of these artists are actually musical. I think they're doing it as a hustle.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's where, I mean, even though sometimes some people might not say there's money in the music industry, but there's a lot of people who I know feel differently about it because there is money that can be made.
Yeah.
And like you said, some people will go for the money rather than putting their own love into the art, because I mean nowadays, I mean anybody can make a song, right?
Yeah, it's getting easier and easier.
Yeah, like you say, it's at the palm of your hand, it's at the touch of your finger, it's in your phone. It's we can make a song right now, and then
Yeah, but it's like this with the music. There is money in music, but there's in music there's a huge lower class, there's a small middle class, and there's an even smaller high class, high bracket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think that's what we're dealing with. If you can make it to the high bracket, you can make a lot of money and stuff like that. But there's not a lot of people in the highest bracket that's making bullshit.
Yeah. True.
The bullshit lies where the majority of the people are.
Yeah. Now, are you, especially being in a well-respected one of the greats as far as an engineer, are you a part of these rooms when I don't know, when, like, for instance, an artist that you are pushing, I know one of the first artists that you brought to me or started sending me his songs was Tone.
Yeah.
And then Mosa, Heartbreak Mosa. Are you a part of these rooms to help build a sound or to,
Yeah, I'm definitely a part of the rooms, but I can't take responsibility for the sound. You know what I'm saying? Because Tone has his own sound, Mosa has his own sound. A lot of those sounds were curated by Young Mel also, you know what I'm saying, who was doing most of their recording, you know what I'm saying? So RIP to him, you know what I'm saying? So I can't take credit for that, but being in the rooms, yes, having input, yes, but as far as the overall sound, that was the artist and the engineer that was recording them. That was Young Mel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never recorded Tone a lot. I never recorded Mosa a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that if there's somebody already in place, it's not my duty to step on anybody's toes because everybody has their role. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's already in their role, then I have to go get another role. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I ended up even with the tour management stuff. You know what I mean? It was just along those lines. You know what I mean? I was around I was prepared. The opportunity presented itself. You know what I mean? And I took it. So
I feel, and that's cool what you just said right now. As far as, all right, let me find another role.
Mm-hmm.
Like let me see how I can value myself, and what can I do to value this that's already going. And that's when you tapped in, like you said, being a tour manager. And I feel like that's respectable, bro. Like that's so much respect to you, as far as like, because a lot of people don't know how to like step back.
yeah, but it's it's just the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing something, I'm not about to come learn what you're doing and then try to take your spot doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like nah. It's like if somebody's already there, cool. If it ain't broke,
Don't fix it.
don't fix it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And definitely don't try to overshadow nobody. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, man, you were asking me for advice on how to DJ.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like that's some cool shit. And I always respect anybody who does that.
Man,
Or,
you helped me out. Paul helped me out.
Chiz.
DJ Chiz helped me out. And DJ Allo.
Uh-oh. I just talked to Allo. He was DJing here last Friday.
Man, DJ Allo,
Allo.
man. I told Allo, I said, man, I'm trying to DJ. What's up? Allo pulled up to the studio with the hard drive, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And was like, look, this is how I do my stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The same thing with Kiati, man. I got a lot of love for Kiati in real life, especially when I was those years I was DJing, you know what I'm saying? He let me be his opener DJ. I learned a lot from watching him closely, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just as a man, not even just DJ stuff, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
And to be honest, man, shout out to Kiati, because I've only met him once. I think I was doing like a party in the North Side, this is when, before I even started DJing in the city.
okay.
I opened up for him at some club in the North Side. But bro, just even like watching people like that on the radio, or just somebody, a personality, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what made me. I've always been the one to be on the mic,
Yeah.
like, and when I DJ. But people like that, and a lot of radio personalities, like in Houston, right, that I used to listen to. I've always wanted to be on the radio.
Yeah.
That's one of the people that I kind of like studied from
Yeah.
afar, just listening and kind of like being fluent and learning how to be on a broadcast, learning how to be vocal,
Yeah.
learning how to continue a conversation, anything like that.
Yeah.
So shout out to him, man.
It's definitely an art form, you know what I'm saying? Because I watch him, it's like you damn near got to be that person all of the time. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
personality all of the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a skill that he got down pat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure, man, for sure. So I mean, tapping into to being now a tour manager and things like that. I've seen you on a couple of shows because you're always posting. How's that life? How's that affecting anything that you have going on?
It's affecting everything positively. I think the only thing that is affecting in maybe a bad way is like the studio, as far as my clientele, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to record people if you're gone. But other than that, it's progress, you know what I mean? And I'm, at the studio, we got so many engineers and everything, and Bruce does a great job holding everything down. It's good, you know what I mean? But being on the road means everything to me because I get to travel, like I said. And I took my first flight when I was three weeks old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mom was a flight attendant. She had me, and 3 weeks old, I'm in New York with my grandma. You know what I'm saying? So traveling has been a part of my life, and music has been a part of my life. So to combine those, it's like it's a deadly combination. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I said, that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on, is because I never got that side of you to kind of like really bring that out and tell your story and kind of like, I didn't know your mom was a flight attendant.
Yeah.
Some people out there might not, but bringing, like you said, bridging everything together, it was only destined for you to kind of be involved in music, and especially being part of a family of musicians, or
I wouldn't say,
not musicians, but
my grandma was the only musician, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? As far as classically trained, you know what I'm saying?
but still, I mean, I feel even if somebody, I would say like a lot of people have a lot of respect for their grandparents.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
that holds a heavy weight, and that has a lot of influence on who we become too.
Yeah.
So no, like I said, it was only bound to happen. Yeah, man. So I know you've been on the road as far as like being a tour manager and everything like that. I mean, what are some of the things that go behind that? I mean, I know you're in the back of the scenes as far as like, are you doing some kind of production? Because I see y'all take the tools and everything out there, or what kind of goes into being a tour manager while you're on the road?
As a tour manager, you're basically responsible for the whole touring party. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's on the road, that's traveling, they're your responsibility. You know what I mean? So as far as getting them from one place to another place, as far as the schedule, to making sure they have everything they need to do their job. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's the artist, whether that's somebody in the band, whether it's somebody else that needs something, you make sure everything is in place and everything is ready for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For each show in each city. You know what I mean? When they have problems, you're the answer, no matter what. And you can't really say, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always like,
what's the solution?
Whatever the problem is let me find out. Let me work on it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because
now, it sounds like it could be somewhat of a stressful thing. Are you the type of person that loves that type of pressure? How did you get? Because I like going from being in the studio and doing what you do, and going to being a tour manager and being responsible for so many things. How do you even handle that? Is that something? How did you fall into that?
The way I handle it is like you have to be somebody that is, I think the word is stoic. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like a game face at all time. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what somebody drops on you, it's like, okay, they might be panicking, but you can't panic, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to make a decision for the whole crew, or maybe even for that person, through all the distractions and the chaos and the emotion of what may be going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to have you have to be well-rounded. You know what I mean? To be a tour manager, your attitude has to be good, and you got to slightly be a people person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I can imagine just dealing with so many personalities like on the road and everything, and learning how to deal with people.
Sometimes you could be a counselor, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, for everybody on the road, because sometimes everybody on the road not going to get along with everybody, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to be the one to kind of like set the standard and try to set the environment, you know what I'm saying, so everybody can be productive, you know what I mean?
Now, being on the road also, how important is it to you, and kind of what do you do to stay, physically, like, and mentally, and healthy? I know you take your health very serious, so.
Well, I do all right with it. You know what I'm saying? I need to do better. And by the way, these are Shirley Temples. There's no alcohol in here. But on the road, I tend to do a lot of running. You know what I'm saying? If I have an off day, or if I have a late lobby call or something, I tend to I like to see whatever new city I'm in by actually running around it. You know what I mean? So I'll go do like a 3 or 4 mile run just so I can see the city real quick. You know what I mean? So
now, being everywhere that you've been, what's one of the most top spots that you've enjoyed being at?
Man, recently I went to Turkey, Istanbul, and that was all right. I like that. The view was cool. The city was cool. I like that.
Now, traveling and being around, a certain area or a certain country or just a different culture, do you find some kind of like inspiration, or do you find anything as far as like musically? or like sounds or anything? Because I know when people travel, there's certain things that it might be food, it might be music, it might be a culture as a whole.
Well, when I travel and I see these things in the cities, not necessarily motivated or inspired musically, but I literally will sit back and I'm just thinking like, this is a big world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is God's earth, and I'm able to be on the other side of it. You know what I mean? I really just take in that blessing because I realize so many people don't get to see the majority of the world. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I really love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And I feel like so much influence from just like traveling like that could bring something that you bring back home. As far as like what you do in work or, how you view certain things in life. And I really feel like I see that in a lot of people. But one of the most things that I see is like, it could be, like I said, we don't talk as often. It might be a text message here and there. Yo, what's up? How you doing? This and that. But just from afar looking, I see a lot of quotes that you post. I see a lot of things that you believe in and that you hold.
like what? What you done seen?
Well, it's just a lot of quotes. I've seen on your Instagram like a lot of quotes, and then that you quoted some of the things that you've put in your music, because a lot of people don't know that you're still putting out music.
Yeah, definitely.
What's one of the most I would say quotes that you would say that you hold near and dear to your heart?
A quote that I hold near,
besides because the in the mix out the way, but that you can kind of live by.
A quote that I can live by that I've said, or that's hard. You're gonna make me go on my phone. Man, hold on.
Yeah, I can't grab my phone. I know it's all the red posts.
Yeah. That's all the Blackcard blueprints.
Yeah.
So
while you're looking at that, was that like an idea that you kind of just like brought upon also, as far as like the Blackcard blueprints?
The Blackcard blueprint came about because, of course, my name is Blackcard Stevo, and the blueprint just is like words to live by. Me giving game, me giving my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And really, in everything that I say, I hope that it can help people get on the right path. You know what I'm saying, or operate their life in a way that's beneficial to them and others. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I say the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like rules. You know what I'm saying? Even though all of them aren't rules, but
no, it's just something that kind of like anybody could get inspired by. Just like you said, like a quote or just with you putting something out there. If it could influence somebody, then I feel like that's kind of like an importance of it. Because like I said, I see you post things, I see other people post things, and just some words can be like words of wisdom, like in a sense. And it's just like, man, those things can kind of like change a way that I view the way I work, the way I live, the way I go about having relationships with people. So that's pretty dope, man. And I've seen you've been doing that, and I feel like that's just another thing that you bring to the table, bro.
Yeah.
It's not only what you can do, as far as like what you do with music and everything, but it also, I feel like you have a lot of words of wisdom, or that you can.
Man, my goal is to be a great human. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the Blackcard blueprints.
Lay it out.
How you do anything is how you do everything. Right? Don't sit by the well and still die of thirst. Don't be so close and still not do it. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. You know what I mean? That's what that means. You know what I'm saying? The people that are scared to make mistakes usually miss opportunities. So many times as people, we're worried about, failing more than we're worried about succeeding. You know what I mean? And to succeed or fail, you still have to take the risk.
Yeah.
I
was just literally, I was just talking to you about that, as far as like I I just needed to start this podcast.
Yeah,
Now, I didn't know where it was gonna go. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but it's the thing about just doing the first episode and just getting it out the way. You know what I mean? Like just starting it because
you got to start.
and to be honest, man, like yes, I'm in front of thousands of people every weekend or whatever, but that's not the same as far as like doing this.
Yes,
as far as like
this
sitting
is
down
a different way of expression. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you're DJing, I know you MC when you're DJing also, but that conversation over the music, over the crowd isn't going to be the same as the conversation here. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great thing that you're doing, especially just even for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Being able to get that out there. You know what I mean? I salute anybody that has an idea and that goes after that idea and sees it come in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people, I run into so many people that say they want to do things, and then I ask them, what are they doing to do those things? You know what I'm saying? And it's always some type of excuse. It's always some type of excuse. I'm going to do it later. I'm waiting for this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And it's like, you never going to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if you could think of something and you could bring it to life, you have a special type of a magic in you. You know what I mean?
You do. And then sometimes it's just bringing that out.
Yeah.
You know, taking that step. Because then you unlock other like you unlock other modes to yourself. It's like
but that mode is like this. There's a saying that says anything worth doing well is worth doing wrong. Or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. Yeah,
misquoting, but when you start off doing something, everybody wants to be great automatically. You're not going to be great automatically. You start, and then you become great by trial and error. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
nah, man,
I know you going through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's this, episode 8?
Episode 8, yeah.
Hopefully, episode 8 better than episode 1. I don't know who was on episode 1, but I'm just saying
it was a DJ. It was, and you know what? When I did episode 1, it was a DJ. It was with some of my DJ homies, and it was just something to like kind of bring it out, and because I felt comfortable, you know, because I'm already around these guys,
right.
So it was just a stepping stone for me to like already kind of kick it off.
And you know what that means. You started where you were at.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to start where they're at.
I didn't try to do nothing.
And then move forward. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't try to do it like, you know, like obviously when I'm starting a podcast or when anybody's starting something, they might, you know, they look at other things of what's already going on.
Right.
Like I was watching other podcasts, but it was like I was kind of doing it to where like, I don't want to do what they're doing. I'm watching it because I don't want to be the same or I want to be a little bit different or put my little twist on it.
Market research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I had to because, you know, the guests that I bring on, especially you, like I said, a lot of people have a lot to say.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted it to be about. And the thing with just throwing my name in there with the legacy thing, I want to hear, you know, what you're doing this for. Like your story. I don't want to talk about, you know, anything else that but besides like the main person.
Man, I think you're doing a great job.
Because I feel like there's a lot of people that have something to say, but just don't have the right either platform or it doesn't get brought out at the right time.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, you have a lot of wisdom to be shared. You have a lot of things that I've been looking at and that I can truly, honestly say, like as a person, you know, you're saying you want to be a great person.
Right.
And I really feel like there's a lot of people out there that respect you as that person, bro, because I know there's a couple of people that you've probably like helped out in some kind of way.
There's a lot of people I helped out.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's a lot of people that I've helped out, gave game to, physically helped out. And all the time I don't get the credit for it. I don't get the recognition for it, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So,
but shit, I mean, and being a good person, do we ever look for that?
No, we don't look for it. But sometimes when you look up and you see other people getting recognized for some things, and you're like, yeah, but you know, it's kind of sometimes I'd be like, damn, but I did okay, cool, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't let it bother me too much, but I'd be lying to you if I told you it wasn't a thought. You know what I mean?
Man, that's just a natural instinct that we get as humans, as people, and that's, I feel like, in any type of work in any industry, I mean, that shit just fucking happens, bro. Yeah. So,
but that also goes with the Blackcard blueprint. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like I'm the blueprint for a lot of things, and I feel like some people have ran off with that blueprint that I laid in a business or they circle, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, when I start feeling like that, it's like, shoot, I might as well start doing Blackcard blueprints and just put it on my Instagram and give it to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if that's the case, if it's already out there, you might as well. Nah, man. And I one thing too that I could say, bro, is like everything that you talk about, whether it's the music, whether if it's what we were just touching on as far as like those words that you're giving, you're real passionate, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and
I'm for sure passionate about the music, man. Yeah. That's my love, man.
One of the things that I seen that you were talking about the other day too is, well, one thing that I don't know, you said Houston needs to go back to being Houston, but I also want to say that in a sense, like music needs to go back to the music.
Yeah, same kind of thing. I think we need to get back to the music, the musicality of things, and making music for the right reasons. But when I say Houston needs to be Houston again, is we got to find our identity. You know what I'm saying? The internet then put everybody in a melting pot of identity. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool because you get to experience different cultures and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Houston needs to be identified as Houston. We need to know what Houston is and what we're known for and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like artists like Quiet Money Dot. You listen to Quiet Money Dot and you're like, okay, he not rapping about Atlanta, he rapping about Houston. He rapping about streets that I see every day. You know what I'm saying? Places that I actually go to once or twice a month. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of things that I like. You know what I'm saying? Is that relatability? You know what I mean?
I mean, because we hear it in a lot of music, right? And what's better than, like you said, hearing something in a song that's relatable, that people can relate to.
Yeah.
As far as like the music, getting back to like being relatable, going here and be like, oh shit, they were even in music videos.
Yeah.
Like even in music videos, like some people will be posted up and like, oh shit, like I'm talking about like from my perspective, like, oh shit, like I've been there,
Right.
That's just dope to even put in a song. So where do you feel like we're at right now then?
I just think everything has cycles, and I just think we're at the end of a cycle, and I really think music about to get good again. Like I really think so. I think everything is about to start cycling back to the original, feeling of music and the sound, how it's supposed to sound. You know what I mean?
I feel like that because I see a lot of samples, a lot of like coming back.
It's been a lot of samples though. Throughout time, it's been a lot of samples.
Yeah. But I see it coming back.
Yeah.
And especially in like rap music, because now there's artists that are coming out that grew up on music from the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Right.
And those samples are being brought back in any type of music. Every music that's out there, I see it coming back.
But do you have an idea of why it's coming back? Because that was the good music.
Exactly.
So when you're trying to make good music, you got to go back to the good. And
that's
music.
What I'm saying. I feel like some of these artists that are doing that are coming back and they're coming back lyrically too.
Yeah.
A lot of artists are coming back lyrically, and because it's a time to where like their parents, they grew up listening to certain music with their parents.
Right.
So now it's coming back in their music, which I feel is dope.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong. I've never been against any type of wave of music because it's just how music evolves. But like you just said, and I was thinking that the other day, because even when as a DJ, right, I do some sample mixes sometimes. I might take an old song and go into the song that's being
They
brought out now.
sampled it, yeah.
But a couple of years back, nobody was digging that.
Yeah.
Like nobody was digging that. Now it's like, oh, okay, because in certain songs that come out now they hear
know
it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's to me that's dope, because
that's dope.
Like you said, it's music coming back. It's real music coming back.
Like I said, I think we had enough bad music that bubble is about to pop, and everybody's gonna regroup. You know what I mean? Because especially artists, man, they say that they want to be successful. They said that they want to have these cult followings, and they say they want to do arenas and these big theater concerts. You're not gonna do that if your music isn't good, if your music doesn't stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like that's about to pop, and I feel like everybody's about to get back to making real music. You know what I mean? So
now, as far as that, I want to know who's some of the artists that you're listening to right now. Like, because I know you listen to, like you said, I know you listen to lyrical, to like people.
I like right now, what's been on my playlist. Let me give you real Apple Music data.
Yeah.
I just downloaded Key Glock, his new project, All Eyes on Key. I haven't listened to it yet. I've been listening to AJ McQueen, When We Evolve.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Larry June and Cardo a lot. I've been listening to a lot of 50 Cent, his first 2 albums. You know what I'm saying? It's a dude that I really like. I've been hearing his name for a long time, but I never really got into his music. But every verse I've heard of his was hard. King Hendrix.
Yeah.
And I listen to Fast Lane. OTB Fast Lane. But other than that, and Quiet Money Dot, other than that, I'm listening to old school stuff or country or something. You know what I'm saying? Like real country or something. You know
With instruments.
Yeah, but it's like I say that because I try to listen to a lot of stuff that comes out. You know what I mean? And I got love for a lot of people, but a lot of people are making these projects trying to go into different genres, and it always don't work. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna leave it like that. It always don't work. Everybody not Beyonce, everybody not Post Malone.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean that's the truth. I
don't think Lil Wayne project really worked when he went and did The Rock. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that really was like a monumental thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and that's why I say, man. I mean, because even me, obviously I got to go out and look for new music. I got to go out and see even if it's not hot. Because one thing that I wanted to do too is like not keep the same rotation of the same joints coming out or what's in the radio or TikTok. Oh my God, like TikTok is driving me crazy, bro.
I have a TikTok, but I don't be on it.
No, I'm talking about the trends. Like, it's driving me crazy, bro, because that attention span.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what's taking it out of the music also. It's like the attention span of that they're trying to grab is only 15, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how do you make a good song? How do you make it relatable and that quick? Now, it could be, like I said, TikTok does a good job at doing that, right? But do you feel like that might be like what these artists sometimes are like considering as far as like not making a good song?
I think it goes back to the term we used to call popcorn music. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is, popcorn music. A good song will work on TikTok, right? And it'll work in real life. You know what I'm saying? A TikTok song only work on TikTok.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. A good song, that artist can go perform it, and it's gonna be people in the crowd. A TikTok song, it's not gonna be the same because they're not gonna know the whole song. Mm-hmm. They're gonna know a portion of it, and after they do their 2 little dance moves to it, they want the next person on stage.
Yeah. That's it, and that's the exact same way it is right now. Like, all right, after they get done hearing this part of the song, they want me to change it.
Yeah,
Like they're not even vibing.
yeah,
And the only reason why I like talking about music, and because I know you understand, is because shit, even I like to hear good music in a bar, in a club.
yeah,
You know, I want to see people vibing, dancing, but
yeah,
it can't happen if no good songs are coming out.
yeah.
And
That's why we got songs. They're called recurrent.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Kiati taught me that. So recurrent songs are very important. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ja rules and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That'll tell you. That'll tell you what's a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That'll tell you what's a hit. And if you ever want to know what's a hit and what's not a hit, or what was a hit, try to play one of them old songs nowadays and see how the people respond.
Yeah.
Compared to playing a Ja Rule record or something.
Now,
and
in
you be
your
like, yeah, that's a hit. You know what I'm saying?
now in your words, break it down real quick on what goes into a hit.
Um,
It could be. It doesn't have to be a recurring hit.
The music,
It could be, because I know there's a lot of people out there right now that have great music, that are hits, that just haven't reached a certain audience.
the last song that I've heard that I would consider a hit in today's world would be Glorilla and T-Pain. That song sonically, from the words, the music, the delivery, the format, to me, is a hit.
Yeah.
Now, will it get to where it's supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But as far as that song, when I first heard that album, I said, "Oh, there's the hit," and I was right.
Yeah.
What you familiar with that song?
I've heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to listen to it and you tell me what you think. It's called "I Love It." I think that's a hit.
Yeah. And then even now, like when artists drop albums, I'll get to them. Or like when something comes out, it might just pop up on a playlist or something, right? That's one of the good things, like on Spotify or Apple Music. Like if I just play a playlist, like one of the newest songs that come out, because I have to, like I said, I have to keep up with some of the newest songs, or like the newest drops.
Do you prefer to listen to singles like that, or do you prefer to listen to albums? See,
I actually go to the album.
Yeah, I like to listen to a full album, top to bottom.
I actually like going to the albums because you got to put your nostalgia into the technology today.
Yeah.
Like you said, you would love reading the credits. You would love reading, or see the artwork, even the artwork, or anything, right? You would unfold one artwork, and then it all, you open it all the way up, and it's one full.
Man, do you remember how hard it was to open up a CD?
Yeah.
Well, they used to have all type of, it was the plastic, then they had like the thing with the tape, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, like all of that bring back, like, yes, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to open it up in a way where you don't mess up the case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
And that's why, this is the thing about technology that I love too, is because there are certain platforms or certain people on social media that do give you they feed you the right stuff.
Right.
So like when somebody that I might watch on a music review or anything, they'll let me know, okay, look, so-and-so just dropped an album, this and that. This is something that you might want to listen to if you're a music lover, or if you know something. Yeah. And then you go to that and you're like, oh shit, okay. And then algorithms. Yeah. You start listening to this, then it brings you more music, better music. Yeah. So I can't hate on technology, or like, you just have to use it in the right ways, I feel.
Yeah. Algorithms can help you, but at the end of that, I don't feel like an algorithm has the same feelings as a human would. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
nobody will ever have that feeling of people actually lining up to go and get your music.
Come on, waiting the Best Buy open and going there. Come on, man. Buying multiple copies.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think we're missing in the game, is because with the streaming, once you download it, you have it. You can only have one copy. We used to go to the store and buy 3-4 copies of the same CD. We're going to listen to one. We're not going to open one, and we're going to give one away. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, you got to listen to this. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of people that used to buy multiple CDs just because they wanted one for the house,
one for the car. Yeah.
Man, and you can't
One to listen to, one for the collection.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Like you can't. And shit, even back then for DJs on vinyl, you had to get 2 records.
Yeah.
My pops, my uncle, he had to get 2 records. A lot of the DJ homies, they always tell me
Yeah.
we had to get 2 copies if we wanted to play doubles.
Yeah.
Or, so you just can't go back to that, man. Like you can't make that shit up. Like it's just it's crazy the way.
But imagine if Apple Music or something let you download it twice or something. You think that'll change the game or something?
I don't know, man.
Because CDs used to sell for like $18, and we was going to buy 2-3 copies.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like, and I always tell, I talk to it a lot with a couple of people. It's like independent meant something.
Yeah.
Like the real definition of being independent really meant something back then. And for the people who did it right, I mean, look at where they're at.
Yeah.
For the people that did it right, it really meant something. Now you could be independent, and yes, you can drop a song. But now I see artists doing it on their own website rather than going to streaming services. They don't even put their music on.
Yeah, but you gotta. That's cool to start off with, but at the end of the day, you got to go where the fans are at. If all the fans and stuff is on Apple Music, then you better take your ass to Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? So you get in that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Because Apple Music ain't gonna put your website in their algorithm.
That's true.
So you got to go.
That just puts more.
You got to go to where the people at.
Yeah.
You got to go to where the.
I haven't seen too many responses. Like, I mean, I know you're just being real, but I haven't seen too many responses like that because, artists do feel like they can get their own.
It's good because they can make more. They can make more money if they sell a lot on their own website or even a site like Even. You know what I'm saying? That lets you collaborate and sell it. That's great. But those people that buy that are the super fans. Right? You're always going to have less super fans than you have listeners. So you got to get to the listeners so you can convert them to super fans. You know what I'm saying? It don't just you don't just have super fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's different types of fan bases, and you got to feed them all.
Yeah.
But you got to go to where the people at.
And that's what I was going to bring up too, is because how do you feel as far as like, okay, if an artist is popping on a platform,
right?
But they do a show and there's no ticket sales. Now, what do you feel is more important?
Ticket sales. You got to put asses in seats. You got to put asses in seats, right? Yeah. Because the music, you get paid less for a stream than a sale, right? So where's the money at? The money is putting asses in seats. That's where the money at. Yeah. So you got it, but they don't want to learn how to perform. They don't want to take the lyrics off their tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that artists continuously do. You can't have a bad stage performance and then wonder why you aren't selling like that. You know what I'm saying? It only take one bad performance and then what the hell? Look what happened to Omarion. Omarion did that versus. He went up there and embarrassed himself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he tried to do a tour. What was that, last year or whatever? They announced a tour and then the tour get canceled. Ticket sales low. Because it's like, okay, if we seen you do that on TV, shit, we know 9 times out of 10 you're gonna do worse than that in real life. That was TV. That's supposed to be a production. That's supposed to be together. Come on, man. But that's just my thought about it. I think the bread and butter nowadays, a lot of it is in the live performances, and that's how you get more fans. Yeah. When I say go to the people, you have to get people. You have to be in front of the people so they can access you. And you got to give them what they need, some type of entertainment, some type of relatability. And
I think that's one of the coolest things is that you witnessed it. Yeah. And people to people interactions. Yeah. Giving the music to people. I feel like back then it was coming up, it was a different way of fucking branding. Yeah. Like you said, on the barcode, you put your phone number.
Put the phone number. That's because Big O at Music Depot, he told me, he said, hey, we can't put your CDs in our store it has to look like the other CDs in the store.
Yeah.
So it needs to have a barcode on it. He said, you could put your phone number. I don't give a damn.
In order to have your CDs in the store.
Music Depot was a mom and pop shop in Greenspoint Mall. He would sell underground CDs on consignment or whatever, but it had to look like it was packaged correctly. It had to be in the plastic, and it had to have a barcode.
Did you have to have the parental advisory?
Nah. But it's workarounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the workaround where we used to put for promo use only.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It was workarounds. You know what I mean?
Those labels.
I know a lot of DJs were doing mixtapes, and they were having music from the labels on those mixtapes, and they weren't supposed to be selling them, right? Mm-hmm. But when you put for promo only, it makes it okay. And they would also put another stamp on there that said, this CD is selling selling or broadcasting the skills of the DJ.
Yeah.
So you're buying the skills of the DJ, showcasing the DJ skills, not the music, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's like those workarounds. Like
yeah,
there's a loophole in everything.
There's loopholes in everything. You know what I'm saying?
As the industry grows, or as the music goes, that's crazy, man. Like that's just. But like I said, man, like that feeling back then, just kind of like, and I feel like people are putting it into play nowadays too, and doing it the right way, because I feel like you have to, like you just have to, man.
Yeah.
And speaking about putting asses in seats as far as like shows.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you enjoy a good live show.
I love live shows.
Who's one of the group artists shows that you've really enjoyed going to? Well, because I know you got that ear, bro. Like,
well, I just went to the last show I went to was The Weeknd. You know what I'm saying? Last weekend. And that was all right. I liked his production. You know what I'm saying? As far as what he had on stage, how big the stage was. You know what I'm saying? So he even gave everybody in the audience these little wristbands. You know what I mean? And they changed like let's say
synchronized.
Yeah. Let's say the stage lights is red. The wristbands all turn red.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
And that's dope that you can go to a show and genuinely appreciate like, a show. Like, just enjoy a show.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people that go and it's just like, obviously, like I said, I have a DJ ear, I have an ear for sound, but you have a bigger ear for sound.
Yeah.
So there's just those things to where like, it's good to go to a show and just enjoy, man. Like I love live music, like bands.
Yeah, I try to go to as many shows as possible. You know what I'm saying? And once you start going to shows that have bands, you're like, okay, this is the music part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I don't even think producers realize that the bass on the keyboard when they playing the bass line, like you could, it could be somebody actually playing that for you. You know what I'm saying? I love live music, man. I love live music. So
now, is that something that you, because of like what you got brought up on? Because like you said, you were listening to. I'm not gonna lie. The only reason
old school.
And that's what I say too. Because I'm an old soul, man. Like I remember going to the Arena Theater. My parents took me on my 10th birthday, and I went to go see the Temptations.
Oh, that was the New Temptations.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Let's stay to the morning, baby. Yeah.
But I grew up watching like the 2 Series TV show.
That was your first concert?
Yeah.
My first concert.
No, my first big like arena concert. I was 10 years old.
My first concert, I think I might have been 7. I don't know how old I was, but it's the first concert that I remember, and it was actually the rodeo. And it was Cool in the Gang.
Damn.
Yep, at the Astrodome.
Yeah. See, like I obviously went to. My parents took me to concerts when I was younger, but that was the first concert I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was the only
Yeah.
Mexican Hispanic in there.
Like, what's going on?
But they see me because I had already watched the movies and
Yeah.
the 2-part TV series. And man, I fell in love with live music ever since then, man. Like ever since then, I've just always been an old soul to where
Them old Michael Jackson movies will do that to you too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? Even the 5 Heartbeats, hell, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff is like, man, that's what the industry like. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me too, man. That's how I fell in love with behind the scenes stuff. It's like once you see behind the scenes, you see like a Quincy Jones and stuff like that moving. It's like, oh yeah.
Now,
know what I'm saying?
do you see now a lot of the behind the scenes documentaries or anything like they're coming into play now?
Man, made me wish I had a camera with me all the time.
You would have had a couple of documentaries already,
Yeah,
bro.
I still might do one. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey, you already. Hey, what can't you tap into, dog?
Yeah, man. So I'm trying to do it all. I can't lie, man. We only get one life, man. So while we're here, we need to try to be as impactful as possible, not only for ourselves and our families, but for everybody around us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to do more things like podcasts and interviews and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because one day we ain't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta leave something. We got to leave something here, you know what I'm saying, and that's the legacy part, you know what I mean.
And that's shit. You already done closed out the question, but no, and that's the main reason why, like I said, that why I do this, why I wanted to bring you on because, you know, I know you're doing what you do for. You're not doing it for the money. You're not doing it. You're doing it for better reasons, more reasons, especially because you're your father.
Yeah.
There's more things that. Do you think that changed your mindset?
What, becoming a dad?
Yeah.
Of course. It made me. There's a phrase that I've been saying. I'm a father now, so I can no longer make irresponsible decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that I do, I try to make sure, is this a responsible decision or an irresponsible decision? If it's an irresponsible decision, then I got to stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a whole family that's depending on me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do anything to jeopardize me not being there with my family. You know what I'm saying? Because just, changing diapers and seeing a little motherfucker laughing and shit, that shit crazy. Because I ain't never been around a bunch of little kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? I always told myself when I have a baby, I'll figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never changed a bunch of diapers or nothing. You know what I'm
books,
saying?
But there ain't no handbook to this, bro.
Man, I even went to the class, man. I went to that class and they gave me the little fake baby.
Yeah.
Man, I bullshit you not. I put that diaper on backwards. I bullshit you not, man. I got it right now, though. I ain't no professional, but I can change the hell of a diaper.
Nah, right. It's the things in life now that we got to look at as an accomplishment.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, man, but I definitely there's a lot more that we could talk about.
Yeah.
But I definitely appreciate you coming on and just giving a little insight of your story, man.
Man, for sure.
You know, like there's a couple of things that we could speak on. We'll say that for another day. But I just wanted you to come on. Yeah, I just wanted you to come on and just be a person.
Yeah.
Be yourself, man.
I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you call me, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? It's that's all I can say, man.
Nah, man, and I definitely appreciate that, bro. And since day one, you've always kind of like been open arms, like
yeah. And I posted something the other day, and the reason for that is because I respect.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying. So like, I met you through C-Rob. I respect C-Rob. You know what I'm saying. So I give whoever I met through C-Rob the same respect as I give C-Rob. You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, man, a person like that too, like it's like if I was a fucked up person that he introduced me to, that makes him look bad.
Right.
And I've always lived by that. Like, I'm not gonna make this person who introduced me to this person reflect like on me. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's why.
Man, listen, that's how I save people name in my phone. That's how I've been saving people name in my phone.
Yeah.
My boy 9-6, I got his real name, Tyler, and in parentheses, who I met him through.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Shit, I need to know if something go wrong. I need to know who I need to call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense.
But it reminds me every time I see people call, and it's like, okay, this is this person I met through this person. So bam, I got respect for this person. So let me go ahead and make sure I do the same for this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because what I don't want is to not treat somebody right, and then they go, oh, your boy didn't do me right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's like another conversation I gotta have with somebody else. It just makes stuff a little more complicated. You know what I mean? So I try to streamline things as much as possible. You know what I
can imagine the only people that like you met, shake hands with.
Yeah.
So
but for your name, I still got Leo Gurus. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got C-Rob. It say Gurus.
Yeah.
But we know where the Gurus.
Well,
come
I've
from,
always had you under
yeah.
Stevo.
Yeah.
Like,
That's because you met me later on in life, though.
Yeah.
It was most Stevos before that. So
yeah. No.
you know,
Yeah.
you met the more polished one. Apparently, I was still scary. So
Yeah, shit, hell yeah, man. Like I said, bro. But since that day, man, I've always appreciated. It to be honest, it brought me into a new world, bro. Like just meeting you guys. I mean, because like and you might not know this, but just being around you guys over there for the little while that I was over there in the studio.
Yeah.
You know, recording with the guys, with the Gurus.
Yeah.
You know, just being around you guys. I mean, that was some type of motivation that got me here today.
Yeah.
You know, seeing Bruce do his thing.
Yeah.
You know, seeing you work, seeing you connect with the people that you connect with, seeing, you know, certain relationships that you have.
Yeah.
Fucking Track. Like fucking just being in the studio with Track.
Shout out Track Sounds, man. Shout out Bruce.
I went to that motherfucker's production camp. And you know what? C-Rob paid for that.
Yeah.
C-Rob was like, bro, I want you to be in his camp.
Shit.
And C-Rob paid for that shit.
It ain't a lot of people like C-Rob, man. A lot of people wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's special. And I got homies that did special stuff like that for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to pay things forward when you see something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for real. I got a homie. I ain't gonna say his name because we don't say his name, but he literally paid for me to go to an engineering camp with KY in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And that was big because I met a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and I learned a lot of things. And at that time, KY was on top of his game, mixing everybody's stuff, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, people like that you gotta hold in a close place because, you know, we know a whole bunch of people that wouldn't let us borrow $20.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
For real. Rather, let's give you 20 minutes for conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
I hold conversations and wisdom higher than currency.
It is.
That's damn, I need to write that down.
Yeah. Fuck around and be a Blackcard blueprint.
But my brother, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for coming through and doing this because, like I said, it's something that it just needs to be a story to be put out. It needs to be personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate you coming through, and we'll end it on this. You kind of touched base on like the legacy part of why you're doing this. But just break it down, man. If you can end this right now on a quick words, why are you doing this? You know, what's your legacy? What are you leaving behind? What's something that you want to be remembered for?
I'm doing this for my family and my friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't require a lot in life. I'm not materialistic, but if having a lot means that the people around me can have a lot, then I want to strive to do more. You know what I mean? I want to lead people in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So people don't have to struggle. A lot of times in life, man, we feel like we got to start from zero all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I want a part of my legacy to be helping people not have to start from zero, not have to figure everything out from scratch. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, and I just want to be a good friend. You know what I'm saying, to everybody that's around me. You know what I mean? Like that's my ultimate goal, is to be a good friend, a good human, and to do some remarkable things and lead people in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Which is the opposite of destruction.
Yep. I fuck with that, bro. I fuck with that, man. And you know, it's always a good question that when I bring that up, because I really see the person that, you know, these people that I bring on for the
Yeah.
interview. So that question really puts it into perspective on everything, bro. So
For sure.
I appreciate that, man. Hey, look, DJ Legacy, Blackcard, Stevo. What's your following?
Okay, you can follow me on Instagram at Blackcard Stevo, BlackCardStevo. You can also check out my new drops on itmotw.com. That's itmotw.com. That stands for In the Mix and Out the Way. Go get you some gear, you know what I'm saying, and support your boy, because I ain't trying to do nothing but support y'all, man.
There you have it, man. Episode number 8 on the Living Your Legacy podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out. We'll see you.